You're looking into the sad demise of the Frogman. Welcome to Legends of Gotham, where we talk about Fox's hit series Gotham, set in the world of Batman. I'm Bill Meeks.
And I'm Anne-Marie DeSimone.
And we are the Patients.
Let's just be honest, we are.
And of course, we're also here to talk about Rogues Gallery, the brand new episode.
We're back.
And yeah, this is also our first time live streaming on, two different things with our live stream than normal. One, it's on Tuesday night.
In case you didn't notice,
at 8:30 p.m. EST, and also it's on YouTube versus Google Plus. If you didn't know, every week when we record the episode, we stream it live with video, so you can see us. Hi, how's it going? If you're watching, but we're doing it Tuesday nights now and directly through YouTube. And if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Universe Box YouTube channel, so you can keep abreast of all our live broadcast and everything, it's youtube.universebox.com, and there's no universebox.com site yet, but it'll be coming very shortly. But yeah, we'd love for you to join us in the chat room and everything. But now I guess we should probably get started talking about the episode of Gotham and everything. So Anne-Marie, why don't you take it away with your rhyming episode summary?
I'm typing in the chat, sorry.
You're typing in the chat.
And it gave me an error, so that was pointless.
Well, I'm going to go in there and talk to them while you...
Okay. When is a new job more like a sentence? When it's given to teach Gordon repentance. Who's the new doctor flirting with him? A companion who's taken a shine to old Jim? Butch did what now? We all heard the shot. Is he loyal to Fish Mooney or not? If a man gets shocked, will he burn a calorie? We find out in this week's new episode, Rogues Gallery.
Rogues Gallery.
Rogues Gallery.
So,
oh my. Okay.
Yeah, we also have a close-up cam for Anne-Marie now.
And I don't know what this is.
I think I surprised her.
You think? I'm cousin it.
But Anne-Marie, overall, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot. Probably not my favorite episode, but it was a really good one.
Yeah, I really liked it too. I thought it was very strong. A nice peek back in and everything. But there were a lot of things that kind of struck me, like, last, we've been calling them semesters, but the first 10 episodes of Gotham, the last half, over the course of the 10 episodes, we kind of built up this list of things that were very typically Gotham, what you would expect to find in a Gotham episode. And this episode completely threw them all out of the water.
It happens.
Yeah, but I guess we should start with my first point that kind of leads right into that is, first of all, we didn't get a big focus on Fish this week. We got a focus on her henchman, Butch, which I thought was really interesting. And it was kind of you've seen that actor since the first episode, and he's always been kind of hanging out in the background,
right?
Jumping in a little bit here or there as needed. But this was kind of like his story or his plot line.
This really it gave him a lot more, and I loved it. He's always been really important, but this really pulled him into the forefront because you were just like, whoa. Is he turning?
Yeah.
Is he turning?
Yeah, well, that's the thing that kind of struck me about his whole plot line with his old childhood friend who was the other mob boss and, the killing and everything. There's kind of two ways to interpret his actions here. One, it's that he's kind of torn between Fish and his old... I forget the mobster's name. It doesn't matter. He's dead. But he's torn between his childhood friend and his current employer, and the whole episode is his struggle trying to decide what to do, and eventually he decides to side with Fish and kills his childhood friend. Or is he... Because he lied to Fish about it too, right? And he seemed kind of torn up on both sides, like when he had both faces on, dealing with both people. So I'm wondering if maybe the killing of him, if he's going to... be upfront with Fish about that, or
that he killed him.
Yeah, or if I kind of got the impression that he felt the guy needed to die because he was never gonna let Fish take over, and possibly maybe Butch is waiting for Fish to take everyone else out, and then he'll step in and take her out and seize the day, which is the kind of the idea that we've been swinging around with Penguin.
Yeah, Penguin's taking her
But
out.
I just think it's interesting that we're kind of seeing the potential maybe for Butch to go that way as well.
Okay.
To do a triple double cross sort of thing.
Okay. Interesting.
Thoughts?
I don't see him taking Fish out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that at all. I'm still hanging out with Penguin's gonna be killing her,
So-
like in the season finale or something.
Do you think he's loyal to Fish then? Like,
No.
not
No.
necessarily. Like, I just kind of wonder what their backstory is, because Fish has put a lot of trust into him, and I mean, obviously she lost her right hand man in Penguin in the first
Yeah,
episode.
but he wasn't really her right hand man. He held the umbrella. He was just always there.
He was about to go there.
He was.
He was about to go there, but then he messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd love to see the origin story of like how Butch and Fish hooked up, especially considering Butch seems to have like a lot of connections to the Gotham underworld, and from the time he was a child.
Right. It just doesn't seem. This isn't the type of show we're getting flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't tell you the story, you're not getting the story.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would like it if it was just even like a little bit of dialogue or
I'm
something.
just saying.
It would be cool.
I'm just saying.
One other thing, and I forget the mobster's name again. Doesn't matter. He's dead. But I really liked the line he had about Fish, a smart cookie, but she's overreaching, which is basically everything I've ever thought about Fish Mooney.
Oh, absolutely. She's completely.
Mhm.
She's getting weaker, not stronger. I think.
Yeah, the more she pushes, the weaker she gets, and
She's pushing too quick.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You can even see it starting to wear on her here when she's like questioning Butch's loyalty and stuff.
Mhm.
Like she's kind of negotiating herself into a corner to where if one person she trusts gives her up, she's done. And so she's starting to get worried, I think.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Okay, so Selena and Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll let you talk about that thing that you found first.
Oh yeah, they did, and I'm not sure if this was put up before or after this week's episode. No, it was January 6th it was put up, I think. But they had an article up on the Gotham Chronicle viral website for Gotham about teen runaway spotted at the flea. It's talking about Ivy Pepper, who will become Poison Ivy. But it mentions, and I believe this is the first like canonical reference, that she's also known as Pamela by her adoptive parents. So whoever adopted her
Named her
after the Peppers were killed changed her name to Pamela, which is one step closer to Pamela Isley, Poison Ivy's proper name. So I thought I'd point that out.
Yeah, I like it.
She's missing.
I like it.
Ivy Pamela Pepper.
But what I really, really liked about their interactions was that Selena, maybe against her better judgment or whatever, took Ivy as if that was her little sister. Like, you've always seen, yeah, she's weird, don't look at her, but if she was in trouble, Selena was there to help her. I am just curious as to what made Selena leave her nice little happy hole in the rain to walk and then to even hear Ivy. That confused me a little bit.
Well, maybe she was hungry, going to look for food or something.
It's the middle
she
of
heard
a
a
storm.
cat.
It's the middle of a storm. I don't know. I'm not going anywhere.
Cats hate water.
Yes. Yes, they do. But
by the way, her whole break into the apartment was very cat-like too. It was very like cat burglar, like even like when she walks in and like sniffs and stuff. I liked it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it seemed really too easy though. It almost seemed just a little too easy.
Well, she probably like unlocked the window or was scoping it out or something.
Oh, I'm sure.
When she went there with Jim
why she
Gordon.
wasn't in there anyway. Why did she wait? Like she probably could have stayed there.
Well, she did seem a little concerned about being busted by whoever lived there, because I don't think she was even completely sure who actually lived there, which is why she was like, we're going to stay here just as long as it takes for you to get warmed up and cool and everything, and then we're out.
Yeah. Which I was curious to see how she was going to get Ivy in there at first, and she was like carrying her. I was like, because you see her climb up there, and I was like, is she just gonna like fling Ivy up on the? Nope. Oh, she's at the door. But I know this building has to have like a doorman who's not gonna let this girl in. So I don't know how she snuck in.
Yeah, and Ivy wasn't in a great way. In the land of sea urchin, the weird girl does not thrive.
No, weird girl does not thrive. Another thing I thought was absolutely hilarious. Don't forget I'm a vegan, no butter. How do you live on the street and are vegan? Not even vegetarian, vegan.
Well, nice. The weird thing is though, is that she, well, I guess it kind of makes sense in a way, but when she becomes Poison Ivy, she's like super like environmentalist, supervillain. I am poison ivy. I speak for the plants kind of thing. And don't you dare harm my precious baby plants and stuff. So it's kind of interesting that she
only eats precious baby plants.
Yeah. So, well, I mean,
maybe a baby plant will turn on her.
That might be part of the reason she eventually, gets plant control-y powers or whatever.
Yes.
Which I believe is the technical term.
Plant control-y flower?
Yeah.
Flowers?
Flowers.
I can't even.
No, but I did enjoy how much Selena and Ivy in this episode were like teenage girls. Like, all the way down to Ivy
on the phone,
answering the phone. Yeah, that was totally a teenage girl thing that one would do just to like mess around while they're like hanging out in a
I wouldn't have answered the phone.
You wouldn't?
Nope.
Not even if you were homeless.
Well, I don't know.
On the run.
I've never been homeless and on the run.
Okay, we're gonna pause the podcast.
No.
And we're gonna go for 6 months. Go deep undercover, homeless on the run, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna see what you say then. Okay, pause. Hold on, wait a second. Let's put up
pseudo pause.
Okay, 6 months later. Okay, Anne Marie, how was being homeless on the run?
I need chocolate. Give me chocolate.
Would you have answered that phone? Would you have answered that phone?
I don't know. Were they giving me chocolate?
I don't know.
Where's their coffee?
Inconclusive results. We're gonna try again.
Results. But according to Bobby Hawk, who decided to tell us a couple times, his friend's name was Jimmy. Jimmy Bill. His name was Jimmy. They were mentioned. They mentioned owls a lot this episode.
I like how it's like very frustrating. Like Jimmy Bill. His name was Jimmy, and then they sure mentioned owls a lot this episode.
They also mentioned a lot of monkeys, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby. Let's see. Okay, I guess another person who was featured in this episode who was a female was a new character.
Woohoo!
Leslie Tompkins, played by Morena Baccarin. And Baccarin? Yeah, I think so. Baccarin?
Hey, Macarena.
I know, but Leslie Tompkins did a great job. You might know the actress from Firefly. We haven't been the biggest fans of Firefly, so we
never saw an episode.
Didn't have that previous association with her. I really liked her. Her performance seemed a little flat, especially at the beginning of the episode, but by the end it was fine. And I think it was really just like new kid in school sort of situation where.
See, I didn't think it was flat. I loved it from the beginning.
The thing is, well, I found like her delivery a little flat, like right at the beginning, like a little awkward, especially with Jim. Jim felt a little weird at the beginning too. It might have just been the setting.
He's in Arkham.
But I thought that their chemistry was great, like right from the beginning. It was way better than Barbara's. The chemistry with Barbara has ever been.
There is no chemistry with Barbara.
But I also kind of wonder if maybe their relationship, because it's very obvious they're going there. Even the crazy guy saw
Get
it.
a room.
But I wonder if their relationship is ultimately doomed, just because if. This is so core to the Leslie Tompkins character. I don't see them putting it to the side or changing it. That she eventually learns Bruce's secret, that he's Batman, that his big mission is to save Gotham, in a cape and cowl. And I think knowing that secret, would probably preclude her from being in a relationship with Jim in the future, probably. Just because Bruce and Jim already have such a close relationship that I can't see her keeping that secret from Jim.
So he never really learns that?
There's a lot of hinting that he knows, but he doesn't know, so he can't be implicated in anything, or like he has plausible deniability, but he knows, sort of thing. And there's some like a Dark Knight Returns, I believe, kind of states it outright that he always knew, but it's always kind of like up in the air.
Okay.
If Jim knows or not.
Interesting.
But so I just kind of wonder about that as far as a future for them. But I'm really excited to see where it goes, for sure. I fear for her only because Barbara's looking like she's going to be a little crazy.
Cray.
I think we're talking a bit more about that later.
Probably.
So I'll save that. Your thoughts on Leslie Tompkins?
I love it. I'm glad. I like her. I like her a lot. I liked their interactions, just like you said. I'm just curious to see a little bit more and get to see her maybe, out of the insane asylum, not running for her life.
We're going on an adventure in the basement. One of my favorite lines. That was, and I forget that the actress.
We have the actress. I don't know
the actress's name, but she was from Moonlighting, the TV series Moonlighting in the 80s. If you're as old as me, you might remember it a little bit. But yeah, she a famous character actress, has done a ton of cartoon voices and everything. But any other thoughts on her?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good.
Positive? Okay. Yeah. You had something you want to talk to about.
Why are they letting the crazy people do a play, and why is no one in the audience in handcuffs?
Why aren't they letting more crazy people do plays?
No, they already let enough crazy people do plays.
But art and music, soothes the savage beast.
There was no soothing. The people
there
behind...
wasn't that beautiful montage.
No.
Might be my favorite moment of the series.
The inmates behind the fish man, it looked like they were chewing on dolls.
Nice.
No,
nice.
no, that's not nice.
Well, better dolls than babies, right? See, I like having this close-up cam on you because now people can see your disgusted reactions in full detail. No, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So I understand, like, we were talking about this earlier, how you're like, no, they need to treat the mentally ill, a little more gently, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking to myself, they've killed people. They've raped people. They cray. We need to lock them down at least a little bit more. I mean, and he even says that this is the 4th inmate attack in 4 weeks. Why are we giving them these types of privileges? Be like, look, it's a big open room. Even if it's the crazy lady that's running the show. I don't know.
Well, like I was saying earlier too, the mayor kind of set up this whole Arkham thing as a response to the bad press that he got from Jim,
right?
Calling him out on his treatment of the mentally ill as criminally insane or whatever. And so he sets up this whole thing, and then Jim messes up again in Lovecraft, right? So he sends Jim Gordon here as a punishment, and it really seems like the director Lang, I think it was.
Dr. Lang or Director Lang, whichever
Dr.
you prefer.
Lang, but he is writing Jim pretty hard for no good reason, right? So I really think more than anything, the mayor has set this up as a situation to make Jim Gordon go down as sort of a punishment. So I think in a lot of ways, even up to and including the play or, the fact that it's been several fights and everything's being blamed on Jim Gordon, I think Dr. Lang is setting Jim up to fail, like very intentionally and very maliciously, which means that there's not going to be hard regulations. There's going to be a switch that opens all the cages in the asylum.
Yeah, seriously.
That sort of thing. But that was my perspective on it.
I still don't like it.
Yeah, I did like. Didn't you like the musical at all, regardless of the realistic nature of the scene?
I don't know.
I thought that montage might be my favorite moment in the entire series, just because it was so darkly, comically brilliant. I loved it.
Okay.
But what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna look at this Joker.
You're gonna what?
Look at this Joker.
Look at this Joker. Look at him now. He's coming down to
my
your
song's
town.
Better. Hey, look at this Joker.
Look at this Joker. Look at this Joker. This is the segment of every episode we take a look at the clues, suspects, and other Joker-related information in every episode of Gotham. And as you can see here, by the way, you can get to this page. We have this page set up on the website. Go to legendsofgotham.com. Click on Look at this Joker right at the top. And we've been keeping track since the pilot episode. See, there's the comedian, a little Joker graffiti, this, that, and the other, Balloon Man, really weak ones right here. And then we get to this week. And this was really, really interesting. It's not really...
You're not going to blow my ears out again this time, right?
No, I'm not going to blow your ears out this time again. Good checking.
Yep.
No, but right at the moment where Nurse Duncan's... Right during Nurse Duncan's death scene, there was a bit of a laugh in the background. I'll play it for you. I captured it as a clip here. I'll play it a couple times. Yeah, and I think I might even have it a little short there. We also have the SoundCloud up on the Look at This Joker page.
It's loud.
It is. Or it was in our ears. But it sounded like a pitch-perfect impression of Cesar Romero's Joker. And there was also, right when they blew... what's-his-face?
Gordon?
Right before they killed Dr. Lang.
Oh, okay.
You could right when that cell got blown open, you could also hear a similar laugh in the background too.
Oh, I didn't see. You didn't mention that. I had to rewatch that.
Yeah, so it's probably just a little fun little Easter egg or whatever, but it also could mean that maybe
we've got a Joker.
Look at this Joker.
Hey, look at this Joker.
Look at this Joker now.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this Joker. And I can't talk. Sorry. No, this is an open page, so you can go there and comment too, please. legendsofgotham.com, then click on Look at this Joker. Before we get back into the main discussion, we wanted to let you guys know that we now have a P.O. Box.
Boom.
This is it. Legends of Gotham, P.O. Box 2641, Ackworth, Georgia, ACWORTH, Georgia, 30102, and it's on our contact page at legendsofgotham.com too. And the reason we got this, one of the main reasons we got this, is we have these two, and Anne-Marie will show them to you here.
Kind of. Okay, bear with me. I might knock something over.
No, but we have these two big poster things here that we want to hang up on the wall here and fill up with letters and cards and stuff from anyone who listens to either of our podcasts. We got one for Legends of Gotham.
Or if you're on the show or write for the show, we'd gladly take any sort of
autographed pictures, script pages, anything like that. We definitely love that.
The note from this week.
Yeah, and we're
just cool.
And we're gonna hang all of it up back here, and we actually got some stuff to put in here already, and with some presents. So why don't we start with the ones from Victoria? Okay. Renee Montoya, who was also featured in this week's episode. Okay. Yeah, sorry, it's on the bottom there.
Yeah. Oh, it literally is all the way on the bottom.
Yeah, it's way on the bottom.
Under the giant boxes.
It happens.
He's trying to make me look like a...
Victoria Cartagena, who plays Renee Montoya on Gotham. If you missed it over the break, we had her and Andrew Stewart Jones, Crispus Allen on, and she sent us a couple little tchotchkes here. One is the autographed copy of Gotham Central Volume 4, which features Renee Montoya and Crispus Allen. But yeah, it's episode 17. If you missed it, great interview we had with the both of them. And then she also sent Anne-Marie an autographed picture saying TV rules.
Because I don't read comics. And I don't intend to start.
Yeah, but thank you very much for those, Victoria. And we're going to put the picture in the
frame.
In the frame for sure. And I think there's even a little Christmas card we'll put in there too.
Yes, there's a little Christmas
Okay, so next I guess we'll go with Rebecca's presents here. And Rebecca sent us these two wonderful Gotham City hats. Complete with, I'll show you on the back here, a little Batman tag there.
Well, it's the tag of the hat. It's not like she put a special tag on it.
Yeah, and I go ahead and show the camera that wonderful card she sent too.
Okay, I'm getting there. Hold on. You have this thing on me and I have like an itch in my eye. Sorry, guys.
It happens. Live television.
Kind of.
Live Intervision.
Okay. Jingle bells, Batman smells.
Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost its wheel and the Joker got away. Hey!
That'll also be going in the thing.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca.
We really appreciate it.
See, this is why come back to me. Come back to me here.
Come back to you? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Okay.
Do you see how ridiculous I look? He wouldn't let me put the hat on first so I could adjust myself.
Well, here.
Human.
You can see your shot. Go ahead and adjust yourself. I'm sure the audio listeners will find it very interesting.
Oh, yeah. Nope.
Here, you have a sticker.
I don't leave my sticker.
You're going to leave the sticker?
I'm leaving my sticker. I'm cool like that.
Okay, and finally, John and Derek... You're not going to wear the hat?
It messes with my headphones.
That's fine. I'll wear the hat. John and Derek from the Gotham TV podcast, who were also on that episode with Victoria and Andrew with us, sent us some treats from the UK. Some little chocolate penguins.
Nom, 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 nom.
And,
no, wrong way. Nom, nom, nom.
And we're going to try these out on the podcast, I guess, which, for voice stuff, you're never supposed to have chocolate. And this is technically not on my diet. But... it's fine. Here, let me get the chocolate penguins out there with us. Here's a chocolate penguin for you and a chocolate penguin.
I've been looking forward to these chocolate penguins for like a week and a half.
Me too. They've been sitting here in my office. It's been very hard.
What is a chocolate penguin? Chocolate.
It looks like a kind of like a little chocolate cookie wafer.
What kind of fish do penguins catch at night?
Moonies?
That would be good. But no, it is starfish.
Starfish. Excellent. Moonies would be a good answer, too.
Moonies would have been awesome. Is Moonies a thing?
I don't know. It should be. Okay. I didn't realize those had a...
Yep. We've got jokes.
Yeah, we have jokes on here and riddles.
Like jokes. Riddles.
I think I might have ripped mine.
I'm sure you did. That's fine. Hold on. I'll pull another one.
That's fine. Find that. But thank you very much, John and Derek. And we actually, next week, we're going to have Andy from the Flash podcast on, and probably the Gotham Addicts from Twitter for sort of a Gotham roundtable about the first 11 episodes. And John and Derek sent us a 6-minute video with their thoughts on the first half of the season. So thank you very much, John and Derek. And here, Anne-Marie, why don't you give them the...
another one.
Oh, you were going to read another one? Okay.
What does a penguin eat on his birthday?
What?
Fish cakes.
Excellent. And such an appropriate gift.
See, that was, right? Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, Anne-Marie, why don't you tell them the P.O. Box one more time, and then we'll get back into our discussion.
Sorry, broken biscuit. Legends of Gotham, P.O. Box 2641, Ackworth, ACWORTH, Georgia 30102.
Yeah, and just send us anything flat.
Just send us anything.
Yeah, cards, drawings.
But only flat stuff's going in the frame.
Yeah, in the frame. That'll be part of our set decoration. Okay, let's get back to the discussion.
I'm moving to Europe.
Yeah, those are good, aren't they? Real good. And especially since I haven't had chocolate in like a month. It was remarkable. Pretty much. But okay, anyway, Jack Gruber. Jack Gruber's whole deal, right? Okay, so something very... At first I thought he was going to be Hugo Strange because he looks like Hugo Strange. And if you don't know Hugo Strange, he's here, I'll get a picture of him.
Wasn't there a picture?
I have a picture that I can load up of him real quick. But Hugo Strange is sort of the, I guess you could say the mad scientist Batman villain.
Oh, it totally looks like him.
Yeah, doesn't that look, that looks exactly like the character from tonight's episode. But, spoilers, they call him, the Electrocutioner in the preview for next week's episode. So that's a pre-established DC villain. Here's the version of him from JLU, which also looks a bit like the way the character was dressed in the previews and stuff like that. So I don't know if... Oh, there's our doc. I don't know if he's going to be Hugo Strange or not, but I thought it was interesting. And the Electrocutioner, he doesn't have the name Jack Gruber, but... an undisclosed brother was the original Electrocutioner, and then the modern Electrocutioner takes over for him in his first story. So we never get to see the original, I don't think. But I really enjoyed this villain. Very theatrical, very smarmy, knows everything. Now, I wonder, was he like a crazy doctor who was also an inmate? Or did he sneak in when they were bringing in all the prisoners to have a lot of test subjects available for his, shock therapy treatments?
Crazy doctor.
You think he's a crazy doctor who was already interred? And
I think he was a crazy doctor, and one of the first people he zapped was the crazy nurse.
This is true. But she probably wasn't an actual nurse, though, right?
Well, I don't think she ever finished, but they said she was a nursing student.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She killed 5 children with poison candy. Normal.
Poison. Let's go on an adventure in the basement. No, but I also know that Bruno Heller has said that we're supposed to get Hugo Strange sometime in this season, and a big 2-part arc seems appropriate for Hugo Strange because he is a more major Batman villain. Yeah, like... just having that for the Electrocutioner, while cool, I don't see them doing as much as like doing for someone who will eventually become Hugo Strange. But what did you think of him overall? Any thoughts?
How did we not think he was the bad guy from like the opening monologue?
The opening monologue, I actually did kind of suspect him from the beginning just because they released a promo shot of him in the costume from the musical, which, by the way, actually, I think I might have a little bit. Never mind. I'll talk about that later.
Okay, great.
About the play. I had a point about the play.
Would you like to just jump to it because it sort of goes together?
It goes together. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and open this up to a more general conversation about Arkham Asylum then. First of all, I loved everything about the way they portrayed Arkham Asylum. I also really enjoyed the opening musical number. I thought the montage, catching everybody up on where all of our characters were and everything was amazing and really darkly comical and great. And also the play they were performing at the beginning was Shakespeare's The Tempest. I went and looked up a little bit about it. Basic plot is that Prospero manipulates and tricks people to help restore his daughter. And that's kind of like what Gruber did in this episode, right? He manipulated and tricked people toward his own ends. And so I have a feeling them opening with The Tempest, it will probably push even further out in that way. If anyone else has any ideas towards that end, towards why they use The Tempest in particular, I'd love to hear them. legendsofgotham@gmail.com. But yeah, I really love that opening, and musical theater, you can't go wrong. And let's see, I also loved the variety of inmates, especially in that interrogation scene. Oh my God,
that was hilarious.
Who was your favorite?
You have the keys.
And that one guy that was just like
with the scary eyeball.
Yeah,
I feel like I have right now. Sorry.
But yeah, I really loved all the inmates, and again, darkly hilarious, just a little bit off, but some of them were even working with themes, which I thought was really cool too.
The guy with the teddy bear? Fine, teddy bear!
Oh, I also wanted to mention something about...
What are you breaking over there?
If I can find it here real quick. Aaron Helsinger, the guy, the perfect shock treatment patient. At the end, he's also eventually in the comics becomes a villain called Amygdala, which is like one of the sections of the brain. But so that's his deal. So he's an actual comic book villain too. So FYI, I should probably get a picture of him pulled up, huh?
Yeah, that'd be good if you could.
Amygdala DC Comics. Let's see here. And actually, I'm really liking our new setup, too, because... Oh, yeah, I know this guy, I think. Yeah, because he was on the cover of one of the Nightfall comics, and I read that whole series back in the day. But yeah, that's Amygdala, who he will eventually become kind of big. Kind of big. A little big there. Big, scary guy.
But he wasn't a little guy. He snapped the dude's neck.
Very, just like, boop.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yes, just as we discussed. I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I did enjoy seeing some of the prisoners with, like, themes already, too.
Yeah, we like a good theme.
And I also really enjoyed that a lot of the shots, especially the more critical Jim's situation got, the more Dutch the camera angle went, which is kind of like a slanty angle, which they used to use on the old Batman 60s TV show anytime they were in one of the villains' hideouts. Like that's how you knew you were in the villain's lair or villain was around, is because the camera would be tilted. And so I really love that they use that all throughout Arkham Asylum, especially as the villains drew closer around Jim Gordon. I thought it was really interesting.
Props to you, crew people.
Yeah, and whoever the director of photography
directed this one. Props to you, sir or madam.
Yeah, but I really like that, and I also really like that when Jim tried to through sheer force of will shout down the prisoners and shout them back.
They did a little. They
did it for a second.
Yeah, and then the door opened.
Yeah, and then they got their attention.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a really interesting counterpoint to actually Jim Gordon's first scene in the series where he just walks through the GCPD like he owns the joint. And everyone listens to him and everyone gets out of his way. And we noticed that was kind of like even a little unusual because he was the newbie. He was the new guy there,
Which is probably why they were listening to him there.
Yeah.
They wanted to know what the heck this dude was up to.
Yeah. So I thought it was a really interesting situation, counterpoint, where he was the new guy and everyone listened to him, and he's been here a month now and nobody listened to him.
Well, this is the crazy place.
So I wonder if this will be good things come in threes. So will we have one more Jim Gordon shouting down everybody in the room? Situation. Probably before it's all said and done.
It'll be a roughly the season finale if we're going by one every.
He'll try it with Bruce and Bruce will kill him, guaranteed.
Jedi mind.
No. Okay, let's see here. Any thoughts for you on Arkham Asylum in general? I'm gonna finish. I'm
gonna switch around the order of my points just for relevant discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dorothy Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Dorothy Duncan. You were perfectly creepy from the first 2 seconds we saw you. And it was a good kind of creepy.
Very much so.
It was a good creepy. I was like, you belong here.
Yeah, and
These are your people. Little did we know these really were her people. But
she was very out of place too.
Yes.
Yeah,
It seemed a little
Alice Beasley.
Alice Beasley.
Yes, I believe. Bobby. Thank you, Bobby, in the chat.
Thank you, Bobby, the only one in the chat.
That's fine. We'll get there. Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. EST.
Yay.
Join us in the chat.
Yes, please. Okay, so no, I really liked her last scene too. The first, we're going on an adventure to the basement. After, no, the basement is locked. There's nothing to see there. No. Let me take you. I was like, she just switched just like that. Then she lets all the crazy people out of the cells and gets squished and dies.
Which incidentally was the trick that Bane pulled to break the bat in Nightfall, which we already mentioned this episode, so it all comes back around.
It comes full circle.
Yeah, then she insta dies, and here I have a clip of that moment.
Oh. And there she goes. Actually, she was already squished at that point.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she recognized the crazy Dorothy was not actually a nurse.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was wondering, because in a lot of situations, Leslie Tompkins seemed like she was even a bit sharper than Jim Gordon. She's like the keys, in everything. So I was like, well, maybe she's going to be constantly guessing before he does. And since she worked on the woman's side of things.
Right. Which also, it seemed weird that they had a female nurse on this men's side when it was kind of a big deal for there to be a female doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, and no one questioned it.
No.
Yeah.
It was because she was crazy.
Probably. No, but I really liked her. I really, really liked her. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing her again.
We will not be seeing any more of Dorothy Duncan.
What are you going to do, though? Oh, you want to go ahead and touch on your penguin?
Dear penguin, are we getting a little too big for our britches, sir?
Hubris.
Bonsai
tree.
So, soothing like a bonsai tree and the such, is Bullock being paid by both families? Is the police station being paid by both families?
I think they're just kind of, we'll acquiesce to them as much as possible to keep out of their bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just safer just to.
Well, it's a situation where the police, the police in Gotham don't have a lot of power. It's all the mob.
Right, right. But, there's two sides to the mob. We know Falcone owns the majority of it.
And we also know that the mayor's in with them, and he's the one signing the police's checks and sending them to Arkham when they mess up.
Right. I'm just saying, it just seemed a little weird. Also that our dude, what was his name? The real police officer who's on the show.
Alvarez?
Yeah. He's just like, what? Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
He's
Let him out.
All right, scary mob guy. Let me open the door.
Well, he did put up a little resistance. And it was immediately like, okay.
That's because a racial slur was thrown at him. It was like, okay. But yeah, I liked the whole, you're in there because I want you in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't raise taxes on the fishermen. They're risking their lives. They're fishermen in New York.
Yeah.
I
thought that was
what are they risking their lives? This isn't like Deadliest Catch. That's risking a life.
I thought it was very interesting the reverence Maroni suddenly had for the fishermen.
He was all about the fishermen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Penguin definitely exhibiting something we've been accusing Fish of for several episodes now, kind of that hubris or that, putting the cart before the horse. I kind of wonder, though, if it's not gonna, because I think Maroni, everything that went down in this episode, it was like a lesson to him, back off, just fall in line and do what you're supposed to, or something wrong's gonna happen. I kind of think maybe kind of guy Penguin that was the wrong signal to send to him. It's just going to accelerate his plan.
Yep.
Maroni dies next episode. Maybe.
This season.
Maybe.
He's not going next episode.
I don't know. Penguin, when you
Penguin had that look.
Nobody puts Penguin in a corner.
Oy.
Because when you do, out comes the knife.
Well, is it next week? whoa.
Well, Penguin takes his victim's clothes, remember?
Yes, I do. Just statements. No, it just, next week's A Little Bird told me, and isn't Liza the little bird?
Could be. Penguin's a little bird, too.
Yeah, but I think that, I don't know, that for some reason I was associating the little bird with her and Falcone.
I can't remember anything specific.
Well, something's obviously sticking in my head. I don't know what it is. So if anybody would like to correct me,
If anybody at all.
Anybody? Bueller?
Okay, I was really glad this episode to see that Renee finally decided to kind of grow a conscience, read the whole
Have you even
Barbara
talked
situation.
to Jim?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah, it was like, and I kind of got the impression that like they had both been in sort of like a drug-fueled, alcohol-fueled sort of like tryst
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yes.
But I did like that she finally realized, no, this can't keep going on. And she really wants to side with the Angels now. And really, it played out almost exactly like Victoria told us it was going to, or like.
She didn't tell us it was
Yeah,
going
she didn't say
to.
anything specific, but she kind of hinted around that this was sort of the way it happened, as Barbara just showed up and Renee was like, sure, why not? And then,
Because in a sense, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And then she kind of comes to her senses, I guess, a little bit here. Although I guess another rule of Gotham, if you break up with somebody, you leave them your apartment. Because when Barbara broke up with Jim, he got the apartment. And then when Renee breaks up with Barbara, she gets the apartment. She
I really
breaks
like
the
her
phone.
little apartment. It's beautiful. But no, I think it was just to calm the crazy.
Yeah.
She's just like, you stay here. I'll just go. Where'd she go? Christmases.
I just thought it was really funny that both times someone's been broken up with on this show, they get the apartment.
Well, that's because the person who lives there leaves. They're not gonna be like, get out. It just didn't make sense. It's not polite. Don't kick
Yeah, but very, very good job. Although I do definitely think that combined with Renee's rejection and the discovery with the phone call, or the discovery with the phone call, I did air quotes there, that Barbara's going to be heading down a really dark path.
Oh, yeah.
And I also think...
maybe she'll be headed to fishes. She'll be like, hold on. Let me do a performance.
I almost see her taking a villainous turn or something, especially like Leslie Tompkins. You know, if her and Jim get involved, you know, she's going to be all over, you know, Leslie Tompkins. I can see like a hostage situation happening or something.
For the love. Yeah.
It could be fun.
It'll be something.
Okay, and you have 1 point.
One last thing. I kind of mentioned this earlier.
To bring it on home here.
Oh, that's what you said, because I heard. I'm like, okay.
Bring it on home here.
So in the very beginning, your favorite opening sequence ever, the cat sees somebody walk away. I don't know. It just felt that it was slightly more important than we may believe at the moment. I feel it's relevant. I don't know why, but they don't do anything without it being relevant.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, she could have just poked her head out in the rain. That would have been just as fine as dude walking by.
So you think there was more to that?
Yeah, something happened.
Something.
That's all I got for you. That's all I got.
That's fair.
Because at first I actually thought
it was... There's
a big question mark. For some reason, at first I thought it was like going back to like the Waynes and all that. And I was like, wait a minute. No. Oh, you scare me with the in-ray camera.
Sorry. I'm giving you a big question mark. Big question mark. Big question mark there.
Awful.
Yeah, it was pretty much, wasn't it?
So.
Yeah, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. Like,
I just feel like nothing's done without a purpose.
Also, I think this was the first episode that didn't feature a little Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, by the way. I believe one of our voicemails mentions that.
Oh, does it?
Yes, a couple times.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and read through some of our notes here real quick?
Don't have
Oh, you don't have your notes here? No!
I wasn't. We haven't done that. And I only took like a page and a half of notes. So you've already heard
arbitrary
mine.
Scale.
Yeah, that's what you needed.
Okay. Out of 33 frogs in your abdomen, how many frogs in your abdomen do you give this episode?
26.
Why?
Because I liked it.
Ribbit.
Oh, plenty of room for improvement. I don't think it was like the greatest ever. It was nice to get to see the Arkham, the Arkham connection or what have you. But yeah, I don't know, 26.
26. Let's see here. Out of 33 frogs in my abdomen, I'd probably give it a solid 27. It wasn't the most mind-blowing episode, but it was a really good first part of a very obvious two-parter, and we'll talk about that a bit more with the promo and everything. But I really, really loved the action, loved everything about Arkham, and kind of digging the new status quo. We didn't even talk about Harvey Bullock. Harvey had a lot of good lines this episode. Oh my gosh,
his first visit to the crazy place was awesome.
Yeah. Really loved Harvey's small contribution to the episode, and I really enjoyed it overall. I'm interested to see where everything goes. Anybody in the chat weigh in?
Anyone, Bueller?
Nope. Nobody in the chat weighed in. That's fine. Let's see here. Before we go and get to the news and everything, we should probably take a minute to thank our sponsor, Audible, for sponsoring this week's episode of Legends of Gotham. If you don't know, Audible's a service where you sign up, you get a credit a month, paying for a membership, and then you can use that credit to download audiobooks, actually some premium podcast, radio plays,
We're sorts of... premium is what you're saying?
We're premium in our own way.
We're premium in our own head.
But you can get all sorts of great audio entertainment. Since you already like podcasts,
obviously
a natural fit, right?
Yes.
And for you guys, the listeners of Legends of Gotham, Audible's offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial, so you can take an opportunity to listen to to check out their service, listen to it on your mobile devices, and have a lot of fun listening to audio entertainment while you do other stuff.
Audio entertainment.
Audio entertainment.
Wow.
And we always like to recommend a couple books here. Anne-Marie, what's your pick this week?
This week I am picking Yes Please by Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler.
Purely because I want to read Yes Please by Amy Poehler. So join me.
And you haven't read it yet.
And I haven't read it yet. So I just thought it sounded cool.
Yeah, and
she's funny.
It's basically autobiography.
Yeah.
Her talking about the last few years of her life. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard Bossy Pants by Tina Fey's better.
Oh, I want to read that as well. I'm like, I feel this resurgence in reading in my life coming. So
good. Reading's good.
Yeah, but I have to start with a psychology book first.
I read an interesting book couple weeks ago via Audible, actually, and that's The Man Who Folded Himself by David Gerald.
Oh, you put me in the corner.
It's a really fun... Nobody put Sam Marie in the corner. I know, but it's a really fun sci-fi time travel story where basically the first quarter of the book completely throws out everything you know about time travel, all the have-tos about time travel stories, and basically says you can't have paradoxes, and then just goes in and plays with the concept and has a ton of fun with it. And you kind of trace this guy with a time belt throughout his entire life, which is lived through all sorts of different eras and everything, and he folds on himself and he becomes best friends with himself, and that's
so weird.
Yeah, it's really weird, and really he also falls in love with himself. It's nuts. But yeah, The Man Who Folded Himself by David Gerald.
I'm in love with myself. I mean, I don't know.
I am too, in a way, but not a separate entity or separate copy of myself. Anyway, if you want to check out these or any other books, you can go to audibletrial.com/Gotham to start your free trial, get your free credit, try out these or any other audiobook. That's audibletrial.com/Gotham. And we want to thank Audible for sponsoring this week's episode of Legends of Gotham.
Thank you, Audible.
And now, on to the news. News. Okay, first up, we have a story about ratings.
That was horrible. We have a story about the ratings.
We have a story about ratings. No, our ratings were good this week. 6.9 million, 2.5 share, returned up 13% and 0.2 respectively, drawing in its largest audience since September 29th and hitting a 3-month demo high.
That's awesome.
Gotham continues.
And wasn't it against The Bachelor?
I think so, yeah.
That's impressive.
Actually, I have no
really
idea.
Loud. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But no, also something interesting is regardless of all the hate and everything, Gotham still continues to be one of the most popular shows on TV and definitely the most popular news show on TV.
I don't really see a lot of hate, maybe because I don't run in the right circles.
See, I see a lot of hate from the comic fan side of things.
Well, they just need to scratch their happy spot and get on board.
Mm-hmm. I think they're just upset that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so awful.
Oh.
I'm gonna get hate mail for that probably.
Don't do that. Don't anger the nerds.
But you can find all the links to these stories, by the way, in the show notes at legendsofgotham.com. And next up, we have the promo, which we can't show you.
But we're going to talk over it and tell you what's happening.
And describe it as it goes. So here we go.
Here we go.
I love the name.
I love the name too.
Electrocutioner.
And,
Enigma.
Yeah,
Jack
Enigma says
Roach out
electrocutioner. We get
And it
another
looks like
glimpse.
Jimmy's back in GCPD.
I almost think that was the Penguin who got hit with the electric, and then an electric bomb in Maroni's place.
I'm gonna make my move on top.
Fish is going to make her move.
So
we
she
get some
says.
Falcone. Looks like the Wayne murderer shows up again.
Oh, I didn't see that. Were those
Yeah,
some shiny
in the
shoes?
in the black glasses, or like the black hoodie thing. And then
2 weeks from tonight.
Gordon holding a gun on the electrocutioner and the electrocutioner
In the GCPD.
in the GCPD.
Awesome.
Pretty intense.
It looks like a lot will happen. Too bad we have to wait at least 2 weeks.
Yeah. Why are we talking in these weird voices?
I don't know. We talk in voices.
Okay, and the last thing we wanted to mention, Vertigo Comics put together a list of top 10 moments that mattered in 2014, and their number 10 was Gotham introducing Fish Mooney as a new character into the Batman mythos. So we just wanted to...
So basically, she kicks the booty.
yeah, and we just wanted to point that out and say congratulations to Jada Pinkett Smith for being awesome
Yep.
all the
pretty
time,
awesome.
basically. Okay, that's all the news. Wow. Okay, so now we'll get into listener questions and feedback. We don't have we have a lot this week, but not a lot of letters. Mostly voicemails.
We're just gonna sit back and let the people talk because that's what we got.
Definitely. And as a reminder, we record these every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. EST. This is the change from last year, which was Wednesday night. Tuesday nights, 8:30 p.m. EST. So when you get done watching Gotham on Monday night,
Here we go.
you really need to strap on a jetpack and turn it on and just literally fly through your house, down the stairs, hit the wall, pass out, wake up, recover, then go to your computer and email us, legendsofgotham@gmail.com, tweet us at Legends of Gotham. The Facebook is facebook.com/Legends of Gotham, and the voicemail number is 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352, and get us your thoughts about next week's episode of Gotham.
There is no next week's episode.
Well, 2 weeks from now, the episode of Gotham that we'll be playing then. And we always love voicemails.
We do.
Voicemails are so great because we get a break. We don't have to talk. And so I'm just going to put Bobby on, and I'm not going to have to talk for about a minute. Take it away, Bobby.
Put Bobby on.
Bobby!
Hey, Bill and Amory, it's Bobby.
Howdy,
I was
Bobby.
kind of anticipating this episode, seeing a different setting for Gordon and bringing Leslie Thompson, Dr. Tompkins in and whatnot. And I thought they did a pretty good job of delivering. I thought they represented Arkham well. I thought for sure that guy with the circle glasses was going to turn out to be Hugo Strange,
Yep.
but I guess he's the electrocutioner.
For now.
I even thought that Fish and Barbara weren't bad this week. I mean, of course, we all knew that Butch wasn't going to turn on Fish, and then as soon as I saw him apologizing to his friend, I knew he was trying to clear his conscience before he took him out. I guess the only thing I really did miss this week was no Alfred and Bruce. Kind of miss Alfred and Bruce. But I thought it was nice seeing Kat and Ivy. I guess my hopes were low, honestly, going into the series, but each episode lately has just been getting better and better, so can't wait for next week.
Thank you very much, Bobby.
Yay.
And yeah, the one thing I noted last night's episode when during the Renee and Barbara scene, I was like, that is the best scene that Barbara's ever had. And then they had the phone call scene, and I was like, okay,
That's
and
the
there's
worst.
the one for fanboys to bitch about. So
Nice.
lots of fun. Okay, next up is just a short one from Lady J with some words of advice to Barbara.
Hey guys, this is Lady J, and I am dropping my line for the episode. Barbara needs to be her own champion. That's all.
Barbara does need to be her own
Be
champion.
your own champion.
You don't need no Renee.
You don't need that, Renee.
You don't need Renee.
We love Renee.
You don't need
her.
Jim. You just need Barbara.
Barbara, you need to go to the beach, get some tiki drinks and umbrellas, and just hang out.
Get away from
Put
Zaz.
I see her having like big glasses and like her hair, and she's just gonna be like Veronica from Archie. That's what I see.
Okay, next up is Mrs. Cobblepot, at Mrs. Cobblepot on Twitter.
Hey guys, this is at Mrs. Cobblepot on Twitter. I loved tonight's episode. Unfortunately, Twitter was down, so I couldn't live tweet that much.
Yeah, Twitter went
Twitter
down just while Gotham was on. There were delays of 30 to 45 minutes on every tweet.
Oh.
Yeah, so the cast was trying to live tweet and everything.
They do that and,
yeah, it wasn't happening. Sorry, Mrs. Cobblepot, go ahead.
I thought it was great. Loved seeing the inside of Arkham. Loved seeing Gruber. Awesome. Not enough Penguin for my taste, but his scenes were amazing. And didn't
Well, you are Mrs. Cobblepot.
Exactly.
like when Maroney called him limping. That was uncalled for. But hey, great episode as always, and you guys are doing a fab job. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Cobblepot.
Okay, next up we have one from Rebecca Johnson, which I don't think we've actually listened to.
Nope, so this could be good. She could hate us.
Happy New Year, Legends of Gotham. This is Rebecca
Happy New
Johnson,
Year.
and
We're
I
wearing
just
your
wanted
hats.
to call in and mention how excited I am that Morena Baccarin has joined Gotham. It was already fun that she had previously been the voices of Black Canary, Talia al Ghul, and even the voice of Gideon on The Flash. But now she not only finally gets to do a live-action portrayal of a DC character, she's playing the first ever live-action Leslie Tompkins. Though
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about the tease that Leslie and Jim might get romantic. What are your thoughts on that? Would you like to see the two of them together? If so, what should their ship name be? I was thinking Jimkins? I don't know. That might need some work. Glad that the show and your podcast are back.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. And yeah, it was very heavily hinted that they're getting together.
Yeah, but you could see the flirting. I liked it. Let's see. Gordon's son?
Gorkins?
Gorkinson?
Gorkins?
Gorkins?
Gorkins. I think Gorkins.
We're
is the ship
Gorkining
name.
it.
Gorkin, hashtag Gorkins.
Gorkins.
If you're on the Twitters right now, tweet something out, hashtag Gorkins.
No, how do we? Okay.
Okay, next up is kind of a misfire from Sonia, Gotham's Army. I told her I was going to play this if she didn't leave a longer one, but she didn't, so I'm playing it.
Hi, this is Sonia from Gotham's Army. I'm one of the admins, and I was just calling to, it's my first time, just trying to see how it works. I don't really have anything to say. I like you guys' podcast, and I like how you and, I don't know the other girl's name.
Yeah, and I think right there is where she realized she forgot your name. It's Anne-Marie.
It's
no
cool,
problem.
man. It's cool.
And please, definitely, we
back.
love your Twitter account every Gotham
Yes.
Monday. Hashtag Gotham Monday.
Hashtag Gotham Monday.
So, definitely feel free to call in with the longer voicemail next time. Okay, and next up is Woo. Take it away, Woo.
This episode is not the best in terms of strong dialogue or strong character development. It really did a good job of reestablishing what the world is for the audience that has been away for a couple weeks. Loved the interaction with Ivy and Selena and Barbara and Jim's apartment. I thought that was great. I loved the butter line from Ivy, the claiming that she's a vegan. I loved two characters that have nothing to do with Jim and Barbara's story. Probably wrecked it in the worst way possible. Love that Montoya even realizes that she's becoming an enabler to Barbara. It really just show the major metaphor of this series that the longer you stay in Gotham, good people get eroded away until there's nothing left but corrupt and twisted people. Even though Barbara wasn't a real popular character by the fans initially, now you see that even like a good-natured person as Barbara is getting corrupted by Gotham. I love that kind of poetic tone that it's taking. Love the introduction of Morena Baccarin as Leslie Tompkins. You can totally see her being a mother figure to Bruce in the future, not only as a mother figure but as a doctor, and also the closest thing Bruce has to a parent other than Alfred. But I have to say Donald Logue gets my big A+ in terms of acting in this episode. A lot of good interactions with the director of Arkham, with Jim again, and I love that they set up a future villain in 2 weeks. Think you guys are doing great. Meeks at AMD, and talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.
it just comes on after.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Wu, though. Definitely. Why was the penguin popular?
He was smarmy and passed out baked goods.
Because he was an ice guy. Another riddle from the Chocolate Penguins. Here, okay, we have one letter here to wrap up with from Michael Lucero. We actually got this right after episode 10, but we've been holding it. So take it away, Anne-Marie, and read this.
Oh, you know what's nice? He doesn't say, "Hey, Anne-Marie, why don't you read this one when we go ahead?"
I just throw to you.
Yeah, you throw to me.
We've been doing this for 2.5 years now. It should be easy. I should just throw to you.
See, it should be easy. Okay. Dear Bill and Anne-Marie, I can't believe how much happened in this last episode, Lovecraft, or last episode. The show is really high in quality, and it's hard to pinpoint that as due to acting, casting, costuming, set direction, or editing alone, although any one of these alone are worth talking about. But I think if I had to pick one thing I like best about the show, it's the writing. Unlike with certain other shows you two and I watch, I won't say names out loud, although I might whisper a name once. The storytelling is filled with twists that are actually surprising, not repetitive, and present a mystery that is about more than just who was behind the mask and who pulled the trigger. Gotham deals with corruption, justice, class struggles, and darkness and twisted nature and humanity, and not purple smoke. I added that. There were so many firsts in Lovecraft in terms of key Batman mythology. Bruce's first kiss with Selina, his first experience climbing the buildings of Gotham, his first time
parkour.
His first time facing a criminal in an active way rather than just being a victim, as in the first episode. His first time wearing a disguise, and even if only a small one compared to the cape. I might have found the building jump a bit unbelievable, you'll think, if it hadn't been for all the training we've already seen him do. It was a bit of a foolish move, but it seems like all the self-testing he's been doing is beginning to pay off. I love Penguin's continuing story arc too. Every time you think he might be threatened, he comes out looking even stronger. It looked for a moment as if he might be in trouble with Falcone, but then we learned he has not an ace but a time bomb up his sleeve, while Falcone himself only ends up looking weak and indecisive by contrast. I have a feeling that might be the case with Jim as well. He seems as if he's in the lowest place he's been in the show so far, aside from being hung upside down and almost killed by Butch. But I feel like this setback might place him closer to the eventual solution of the mystery. Arkham seems like an important part of this season's, if not the entire show's story, so I think Jim might find a clue or two that help his investigation there. Can't wait to find out whatever interseason episodes y'all have planned. Hope you're both enjoying the show as much as I am. Take care, Michael.
Thank you very much, Michael. And sorry we had to hold on to that letter so long.
For a month.
And let's see, if you want to next 2 weeks from Monday, or 2 weeks from yesterday, next time there's an episode of Gotham, if you want to message us, you can email us legendsofgotham@gmail.com. The voicemail number is 424-274-2352. The Twitter account is @legendsofgotham. The Facebook is facebook.com/legendsofgotham. And the P.O. Box, as mentioned before, is P.O. Box 2641, Ackworth, Georgia 30102. Send us flat stuff.
Send us anything.
We like flat stuff.
I like everything.
Now,
I like chocolate.
As we mentioned, there's not going to be an episode of Gotham next week. There's a week off because college football or something. I don't know.
Woo!
But we're going to try and have a round table of some sort to talk about the first 10 or 11 episodes of Gotham. We're going to have Andy from the Flash podcast on. And we're probably going to have some of the Gotham addicts on. If you're familiar with the Facebook group, the Twitter account, really great people. We always have a lot of fun interacting with them. Probably going to have a couple of them on. And we're going to have a special message from John and Derek, and maybe possibly an interview with somebody. We'll see.
We're working on it.
But we'll have an episode next week. It'll be a lot of fun, kind of covering all the episodes so far. A lot of new perspectives. If you're tired of our perspectives, we'll have a lot of fresh ones for you. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Anne-Marie, where can people find you online?
You can find me on the Twitters @DeSimone or over at crunchycrafty.com.
And as for me, you can find me on Twitter @BillMeeks. You can subscribe to us, the show, on YouTube at youtube.universebox.com if you want to catch the video. And you can check out the words I write at dogboyadventures.com. And you can check out show notes, links to all the stories we talked about tonight, everything else at legendsofgotham.com.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. So I guess that's about it with the new setup. I was a little worried about the new setup, honestly.
Think? He was a little shaky. He may have perspired excessively. Yeah. He may have gulped his coffee.
It happens. It happens.
I thought you were muting me for a second.
No, I wasn't.
The way you're looking at me, you're like, I will not let you talk to them.
No, but we'll see you guys next Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. EST, live on the internet. Thank you. Join us next time for more Legends of Gotham. Do 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 boop boop.
I need more
boop, 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 boop.
I need the penguin.
Penguins are yummy. I like penguins. They're super duper yummy.
Oh, that's a bad joke. What do you call an angry penguin?
What?
A penguin.
Really bad joke.
It's really bad. I can't even pronounce it right.
Okay, thanks everybody.
I didn't even know if you kept me on.
Yeah, we're still on.
We're still on.
Bye guys.
Bye.